Is Michigan still in the race for five-star quarterback Bryce Underwood? That's what we're going to find out in this video with Michigan insider Zach Libby. There's been some major developments with Wolverine recruiting. We're going to break it all down today. So Michigan fans, subscribe to the On3 Recruits channel. We're growing this thing over 20K, and there's some crazy times ahead. And we're going to get you through every major development. So Michigan fans, hit subscribe for me. All right, let's bring on Zach Libby from the Wolverine. And Zach, big news this week. Michigan accepted a QB commitment not named Bryce Underwood. Does the addition of four-star quarterback Carter Smith indicate a lack of confidence in landing Underwood?
I wouldn't say so. I would say there's kind of glaring, takeaways. I think the first is Michigan is going away with all of your chips in one basket for one quarterback each. You saw that quite a bit these past few cycles under former quarterbacks coach Matt Weiss. But with Kirk Campbell in the fray, several relationships were developed under Campbell with several quarterbacks in the 25 class. So it also shows that Michigan valued Carter and his dual threat abilities. And Carter Smith valued Michigan enough to commit less than 2 weeks after Michigan. And I think the biggest one, too, is they're just preparing Michigan is for the worst case scenario in the offseason, where you might have to replace some depth at the quarterback position. Now, concerning Bryce Underwood, he's told me multiple times that it doesn't matter who comes in before him, who comes in after him, who comes in with him at any team. His objective is to start immediately as a freshman, and he has the generational traits to do so. So I think he also understands the situation that Michigan's in. So I wouldn't say that. I think Michigan just saw a lot in Carter Smith and was able to lock him in earlier than expected.
All right, let's talk a little bit more about Carter Smith and how that recruitment escalated quickly. He visited Michigan for the first time about a week ago, left with an offer, committed shortly thereafter, right there after that. So what was it about his game that excites the Michigan coaching staff?
Yeah, so this is a kid through 11 games so far this season. Has thrown for 1,800 yards, 25 touchdowns on a 61% completion rate. On the ground, he's totaled 76 carries for 605 yards and 16 touchdowns. So this is a pure dual threat quarterback. He knows how to make plays on the run. He knows how to make off-platform throws. He can tuck it and run when nothing's available, and he's not afraid to throw it. He's also very tough in the pocket, but just a superb athlete. If you look at his background, baseball, track and field, football, but, specifically with baseball, he could be a MLB draft pick if he wants to in the 2025 draft. So I think Michigan found a kid who has incredible upside. And as he continues to hone his ability and as a passer, I think you can see him see significant strides at that position.
All right, so we know Michigan wants to take 2 QBs in the class. What do you think the odds are that it's Carter and Underwood?
In an ideal world, you want to head into January 7th with those two, right? But
right.
I think the lean would be LSU. I feel like that's sort of the consensus. I feel the same way. Underwood has always had an interest of leaving the region. He's visited Baton Rouge multiple times. I feel like he's adapting to that Southern culture. What's seen on the field with Jane Daniels, who's a perennial Heisman Trophy candidate, third in the nation in passing, first in touchdowns. Joe Sloan, the quarterback's coach, and head coach Brian Kelly are making him a huge priority, same with the family. So, if there's any example of how much fun and enjoyment he has down there, you can just look at social media and all those tweets about him at the stadium, just having a great time. So, but if it doesn't for Michigan, an LSU or another team in his top 7 makes, wins it out, I think Michigan has some options. Transfer portal is one. You can go in and grab an immediate starter for the 2024 season. You can go in the transfer portal again and find a developmental piece where you can stash for a year or two and can keep developing. Or you can pair another 2025 quarterback who continues to be on the rise this offseason through camps and maybe Elite 11 to pair with Carter. And, we'll go with there. But in the end, we're less than 50 days until his commitment. But I think Michigan, in the end, wants to keep him home. They keep 30 minutes away from campus.
All right. Yeah, you mentioned it. We're under 2 months before Bryce Underwood announces his decision on January 6th. So what do you think Michigan needs to do between now and then to help their chances in landing Underwood?
So right now, communication between Michigan, Kirk Campbell, and Underwood is still taking place at least once a week over the phone. Just catching up, just seeing how things are. But yeah, I think the big thing for Michigan right now is to obviously get him in for that Ohio State game for this regular season alley in 2 Saturdays. He has not been to Ann Arbor since late July for their barbecue at the Big House. So getting him for what could be that final visit that he takes before getting settled in on a commitment would be huge. Now, the dead period is December, late December, so there is an opportunity if they can to get him in for a December visit. I've always said, get him in for December, bring him in for a weekend, and let him have one final individual meetings with the staff, meet with the players, and just go over things that include NIL, go over his individual branding and how Michigan quarterbacks find success through that. So, with the Ohio State game too, we all know that Division I state finals are the Sunday for Belleville, and they are a heavy favorite going to our semifinals game. So that is still a question, but there is Michigan is still working to get him in. So we'll see if that happens. But right now, the first step is to get him in one last time.
Yep. Well, there's a lot to watch between now and then, but having Carter Smith on that commit list, if Bryce Underwood goes elsewhere, it'll at least prevent a riot on the Wolverine message boards that day. So we'll check that out. And Zach Libby, thank you for dropping by today on the Inside Scoop. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it.
You got it. And there is a whole lot more content on the Wolverine fan site at the On3 Network. Go there now. Sign up for the monthly option with promo code JOSH and get the first 2 months for $1 each. This is for Inside Scoop listeners only. You can't get this offer anywhere else, and there's enough time right there to get you through signing day, the next 2 months. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that content, be sure to subscribe to the On3 Recruits channel. We have a new page dedicated only to recruiting. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now.